2 weeks ago to ensure that this job is completed, and I'm happy that I'm here to witness the commissioning of the transformer. We in TCN, when we came to TCN in 2017, everybody knows TCN used to be the weakest link in the power sector value chain. In 1 year, we and our colleague in TCN, we have changed the scenario, sir. We are not the weakest link. We are actually the strongest, and we are the one leading innovation in the power sector to see that we sustain the power sector back to what it used to be. So TCN engineers have worked tirelessly to ensure that we change the scenario. And you can see, every instruction we give them, they are following. So me, as the MD, I always tell people, my job was the easiest job because I'm actually an accountant, I'm not even an engineer. But when we agree with our colleagues to do this job, they are doing it. If you look at what happened here in IJEBU ODE, this project was a project that was awarded to a company called Federal Lloyd and financed under the World Bank project, under World Bank, meaning payment is not a problem in that project. But for 2 years, this project, they could not complete the project. So we decided to cancel the project, and we gave Engineer Deyemo with a matching order that if you like, let him come and sleep in IJEBU ODE, we don't care. All we want is that he has to deliver this project in 3 weeks. And so in 3 weeks, he delivered the project. So we should thank Engineer Deyemo for a marvelous job. And so this is what is taking place all over the country. Transformers like this, all over the country. And so as we speak with you, TCN engineers are building substation on an island in Lagos. There's a place they call Elashe. TCN engineers are building substation. And so they are building it at a cost of about 10% of what we normally pay contractors. So this is the TCN that we are trying to position today. So let me touch on the transmission, rehabilitation, and expansion program which we have established when we came. Transmission, rehabilitation, and expansion program has the objective of expanding the grid to about 20,000 megawatts in the next 2 to 3 years. And in doing that, sir, we have done so many things. One of the things that we've done is that we have changed our procurement method and procedure. So now, any contractor that gets our job must be a contractor that can deliver. That kind of system that we normally have contractors abandon our containers in the port has ceased. And we have also put in project management system where our staff that are managing the best in TCN in project management were selected through competitive method. We have established 4 project management units which are managing 4 different projects, and these projects are putting transmission capacity and transmission all over the country. And I will touch on those projects. Those projects include what we call NETAP. NETAP is financed by the World Bank. It's like this. If generation is 7,000, then transmission should be 14,000. And also distribution should be 28,000. Because anywhere they need for 60 MVA, you are supposed to have 60 times 2. That is N-1. And that's what NETAP is trying to do. NETAP is putting N-1 all over the country. All over the country. That's what NETAP is doing. And I can give specific example. NETAP in Lagos, for example, NETAP is rehabilitating all the GIS Lagos transmission project, which is financed by JICA. I'm happy to tell you that in the history of this country, there was no time that 2 330 kV substations are built at the same time. There was none. But sir, for the first time, we are building 4 330 kV substations in Ogun State. That is between Lagos and Ogun State. And the locations of these 4 330 kV substations are 1, Ogijo, 2, Mountain on Fire, 3, Aribajo, 4, New Abara. These are the 4 330 kV substations we are building. We are also, in addition, building 132 kV substation in Ogun State and 1 in Lagos. So the only project we are doing in Lagos, actually, I was here about 2 weeks ago, and I said IJEBU will make IJEBU to go to his own rightful places. I've directed Engineer Adeomi to look at the possibility of, again, increasing the capacity of this place. So we are looking at two options, sir. One, we are looking at the possibility of reconstructing the line from Shagamu to this place. The second option we are looking at is dropping a 330 kV substation here. So whichever is cheaper, we are going to do it. We are going to do it. Whichever of them is cheaper. If dropping the 330 kV substation here is the cheapest, we are going to do it. But we are going to work with Ogun State, sir, Your Excellency. And I can say, I'm praying that somebody like the Chief of Staff, whom we have been working together with, should also be somebody who will take over from His Excellency. I'm praying, sir. I'm not praying politics, sir. Because the kind of collaboration that we have been doing, if it continues, that's how we can remove poverty. The important thing that I most want people to know is that electricity is the only thing that reduces poverty. I was ashamed yesterday when I hear India is generating 365 megawatts. Sir, we have to change the generation of Nigeria. Nobody will change it. And so we are working very hard to ensure that we stabilize electricity, we expand the grid, and we do everything possible to ensure that we remove Nigeria from the field of poverty. Sir, this substation that we have constructed, we did not stop at putting this substation, sir. We have also separated two feeders. The feeder that feeds IJEBU and the feeder that feed Ebe are on one line. We have separated them. So the two feeders now are separated, and that will provide reliability to the two places. So, Your Excellency, I've taken so much of your time, but as I said, sir, we don't talk, we do action, sir. And I said, IJEBU will either, and I see even the possibility of the 330 as more easier than also putting the reconstruction, because I believe, but I leave you to the Engineer Adeomi to come and give me the figure. Sir, TCN has changed. We are no more the way we used to be. Before we came on board, TCN did not even submit a single audit. We are now up to date as far as audit is concerned. And we have motivated our staff to perform, to do it all over the world. Power grid of India were here. The power grid of Ghana were here. The Tadna of Italy, which is the grid of Italy, were here. All the OEMs, all the original equipment manufacturers of SCADA were in the workshop. And all known consultants that are known in terms of SCADA were there. So we were working to ensure that we make TCN what we call smart grid. And for us to have a smart grid, we have to have a functional SCADA. And we did that. And everything will continue to do work like that to ensure that we position transmission on its rightful place. On that note, I want to thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor, who have always called him a senior brother, because he's also, we promise you, everything we said, we are going to deliver. Just like Chief, I told you that day when I came.
ECN for the job they are doing now for IJEBU ODE. It has never happened before. It's happening now, and with the help, with the support of the governor and all those that are working with them, I really thank you all. Now, first and foremost, the MD has spoken to us of the plan of TCN to double the line, from from Shagamu to IJEBU ODE. That is what we prefer, and I'm appealing to him now to ensure that that is done rather than the second option. Because already there's a line from Shagamu here. It's a matter of doubling that line that will make us have two lines. If we are to work on the new project, that will take a longer time, and I'm not talking of the cost now. I'm talking of the quickness in getting this job done. So I'm appealing to TCN to help us and ensure that we have double line from Shagamu to IJEBU ODE. Please, the new management of TCN have really done a lot to ensure that we have power in IJEBU land. And poverty can only be reduced by NEPA, because when electricians and all those people using electricity to produce their job have power, then poverty is being reduced and it's being managed. So I'm appealing to NEPA to please ensure that this speed is not allowed to reduce. I'm appealing to all those concerned to ensure that the speed they are now using to get the electricity to IJEBU land is sustained and made to work.
The MD, TCN, my good friend Mr. Usman Mohammed, my royal father, Royal Majesty, the Abu Dhabi of IJEBU land, the head of TSP and TCN, Engineer Victor Adeomi, of the management, the board, especially the Managing Director of the Transmission Commission of Nigeria, Mr. Mohammed, for transforming this company. We all know what TCN was like before, and I remember when he came to our office a few years ago, he showed commitment, he showed dedication, and I was gladdened when I saw him speaking today again that the passion, the dedication, the commitment to transform a very vital, mission-critical component of the electricity power distribution is very much on course. I must, by extension, also extend our sincere appreciation to His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, for his commitment and dedication to transform this country. A lot of work is going on. A lot of work is going on. And even though some of it may not be heard, but I can tell you that, a lot of installation is going on. All the necessary infrastructure that needs to be put in place. You see, one of the things that we don't realize is that for any development to take place, for any industrialization to take place, especially like the way we are doing in Ogun State, the foundation has to be laid right. No matter how much we are doing industrialization, if power is a major impediment, then you cannot develop as much as you can. But I can tell you right now that we are very much on course. Ogun State government, I think we owe His Excellency Senator IBIKUNLE a debt of gratitude, because for his commitment, his relationship, his efforts to ensure that this transmission in IJEBU ODE is resuscitated and is put in place. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that the 60 MVA that you see here has been upgraded by 100% to 120 MVA. So we are not just only seeing 60. And that's because we see IJEBU ODE to be a very critical economic powerhouse for Ogun State. And we believe that we have to get because we get so many companies that have shown interest in coming to establish here, and we feel that we should make sure that we provide the basis for their coming, to make it effortless, to make our production effortless, and make sure that we put the power infrastructure that is necessary here in IJEBU ODE. Ditto all the other places that we are trying to install capacity here in Ogun State. As you know, our administration is committed. We are committed to transformation. We are committed to industrialization. A lot of industries have moved into Ogun State but we want to also make sure that when they come, they have the necessary support, they have the power, they have the distribution, they have everything they're going to need to be able to produce. And you see, it's more than also installing or bringing power. You see, what power does is that you have to also look at the critical effects of it. It creates mass employment. Once there's steady power, everybody can now plant, everybody can set up industries, the small shops, the small and medium-scale enterprise can grow. So a lot of things are going to catalyze themselves from this point on. And that is the strategy that we are using to make sure that our critical areas that have strong economic base, we install the capacity for them to have power. Once again, I commend the management, the board, Transition Committee of Commission of Nigeria for, within a short period of time, transforming and making sure they meet schedule, they meet budget to put in this transmission substation here at IJEBU ODE. And also, we are also happy that you've been able to also increase it by another 100% to 120 MVA. Once again, we thank you very much. We look forward to other areas that you need to do installations. We can assure you from Ogun State government, we will continue to be partners with you. And I think we've all seen the benefits of when you have the state government at the federal and you have the state government at the state level. There's a symbiotic relationship. It makes it easy to bring the dividends of democracy to all the nooks and crannies of the state. And that's what we are tapping on, that's what we are leveraging on. And we believe that definitely going into 2019 and years, we will have continuity, and that IJEBU ODE will be a major beneficiary of the dividend of democracy that we are about to bring to all the nooks and crannies of the state. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Senator Bozide, House of Rep Bozide, House of Bozide. I say Saturday. He said yes. Bah. Before we start, how do I go about it?
First. No. Okay.
No. Sorry,
This is to commemorate the official commissioning of this 160 MVA 132 33 kV power transformer in IJEBU ODE transmission substation by the MD CEO of TCN, Mr. Usman Mohammed, this day, the 28th June 2018. To the glory of God, and to benefit of mankind, most especially the good people of IJEBU ODE and its environment, and by extension of the state, I, the Chief of Staff of Ogun State, representing His Excellency Senator IBIKUNLE AMOSUN, hereby commission the 60 MVA 132 33 kV power transformer in IJEBU ODE transmission substation this day, the 28th June 2018.
These places where you reiterated at all times your commitment to expand the nation's power grid by the end of the year, by commissioning projects like this, about 90 of them. Now, by the end of this project, what capacity do we expect that the national grid will have?
You know, the national grid was simulated last in December, and the simulation indicated the national grid has 7,124. And since then, we have actually been commissioning substations, lines, and all over the place. Now, if you look at after the commission of ODEBIYI, we have actually commissioned other projects in Kaduna. We commissioned 2x60 MVA that upgraded the Kakuri power station by 100%. We also commissioned the line from Mando to the power station, which upgraded the line from 80 megawatt to 240 megawatt. We also commissioned 1 by 150 MVA in Kaduna Mando, which also increased the capacity by adding another 150. We commissioned 60 MVA in Zaria, which was done by the Honorable Minister. Is also increased the capacity of that station by 100%. And after that one, we have also completed Suleja, where we put 2 by 60 MVA. We've completed Bida, where we put 60 MVA. We have completed IJEBU, where we added 100 MVA. We have completed Olabi, where we added 2 by 60 MVA. And we are working to complete Shagamu, as I told you. And even here, IJEBU has instruction to complete 60 MVA in Oshogbo. There's also 60 MVA in Ayede that he has to complete in-house. We cancel contractors' job who have failed to perform, and he's completing them. We are also going to put 30 MVA in Isei. So all these are there. And also, under the Transmission Expansion and Rehabilitation Program, we also have money that we are getting from donors, and those money are readily. I also want to confirm here, and I think this is the first time I'm confirming, the line that we are building from Lafia to Abuja, and also the lines inside Abuja, because under the new project we are putting additional 5 substations in Abuja, and that first part of the project, which is the line, the no objection has been collected. We are going to do the pre-contract negotiation on Monday, and we are signing the contract under the AFD project. So we are building a new line, 330 kV line from Lafia to Abuja, and the evaluation of the substations that are 4 packages are going on. They are going to be completed tomorrow. So once they complete, we will forward to AFD. So everything is moving. TCN engineers are working very hard to ensure that we move forward. Things are not working like before. So as we believe that in the next 3 to 4 years, we expand the grid from what we are now to at least 20 megawatt, 20,000 megawatt. That's what we see. And this will work because we have the plan and we are implementing the plan, and our staff are cooperating, everybody's cooperating, and we are not doing things the way we used to do before. As I said, we have removed 655 containers in 1 year out of the 800 containers that have been stranded in the port. Some of them have been there for over 15 years. Some of them have been auctioned. We have to meet the people to collect the containers. So that's how we are working. But we are not doing project where people are going to abandon project in the containers. Now, every contractor that win our contract will be the one that have the capacity to complete the project, not those people who are going to leave containers in the port. That's why we increase the qualification capacity. It's not just anybody that can get. You have to have the competence and the qualification. So, if big companies like Siemens, ABB, Hawaii, all those big companies are going to do business in Nigeria, the risk of installation of that contract becomes with them. It's not like before where they can sign a memorandum of understanding with one local person who has no capacity, and then they will hang the project on them. No, they have to participate in the installation up to the end. That's what we have brought.
So, on the final note, how much did it cost for you to hold this up?
A substation have a lot of components. If you ask me to tell you the price now, it will be very difficult for me to tell you, because the price include not only the transformer, because the cost of 60 MVA transformer is roughly about $2 million. But it's not only the transformer that is involved. You have the switch gear, all the accessories, the earthen transformer, and so many things. So it's expensive. I think the cost of installation, including the transportation, I cannot be precise, but it cannot be nothing less than about between $6 and $7 million.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, thank you. That, we put more than one 330 kV substation in a state at a time, but now we are putting 4 330 kV substations, and those 330 kV substations are the 330 kV substation in Ogijo, in Mountain on Fire, in Ribajo, and New Abara. And then we have also 132 kV substation, which will be at Redeem. All these are part of the expansion program that we are putting at Ogun State because of the growing industrialization of the region. Of the region.
What the deadline? When are they going to finish?
The deadline is that, as I told you, we have completed the scoping, we have completed the route survey, we have completed the AIA, that's the environmental impact assessment, and the RAP. We have completed everything about design. What is remaining is that we need to find a way of reducing the cost of compensation, which becomes very high. And that's why the Honorable Minister of Power, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, wrote to the Governor of Ogun State, which we are planning to have a meeting with him on the 4th of this month, so that we can see how that cost can be reduced. Once that is done, we'll go for tender, and the tender process will not take time because now we do things right. If you look at all the tenders we have done recently, you cannot see a single petition because now is a regime of transparency. We don't do things under the table again. So once we finish the tender and the contract is awarded, the implementation period is 18 months. So after 18 months, they have to deliver. And this time around, you know, we have increased the qualification criteria, so we don't have Joko contractor that comes around now. So, you know, you remember there was a lot of move against me that I am actually empowering people who are from outside. It's not true. We cannot solve our problem by using the same method we created the problem to solve it. We cannot. So we cannot, it's only if we want to deceive ourselves. Power equipment, 99% of them are manufactured outside the country. There's nothing that's manufactured here. Even aluminum conductor, even underground cable, all are manufactured abroad. So those people who manufacture, if they want to do business in Nigeria, they should come and install it. If they don't want to install it, they should go to another country. That's what we are doing.
Yes. Okay. Are you saying that these substations are being targeted at industries or what? Or is it
you know, let me tell you, you know, if you ask people, they will tell you, with the population of Nigeria of 190 or 200 million, we should be generating $100 million, 100,000, 100 megawatt. But you see, electricity and consumption is not actually driven by population, it's driven by economic activity. So it is because of the economic activity that we see that is taking place in Ogun State. That's why we are expanding. We are not looking at the population. The consumption of electricity, real consumption, is not about the population, it's about the economic activity. So we are targeting the economic activity, which is the industries that are expanding in Ogun State. Of course, the people are important, but actually in reality, the real consumption of electricity by household are very little. The real consumption are actually by industry. So that's why we are targeting.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for more information on the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN.